Oh, let's see here. Oh man. I hope everybody's doing all right today. Get back. Let me see here. Give me a second. Oh, hey there. Oh, I hope I hope everybody or whoever's watching is doing okay today. I'm having a little more bite of. I'm eating a second of small boneless pork chop real quick that I made, and I had made some onions or a piece of an onion and a few mushrooms with it. Turned out pretty good. Now this will be the last mushroom. I've got the rest of the onions. I've got about 4 more pieces on the grill that are done. I might later cook the rest of the mushrooms I have in another pack to eat with the rest of them later. Mm. Mm. And as always, I don't really know how long we'll be on here. It is Friday, and I figured it's Friday afternoon, but I imagine there's quite a bit going on tonight in the YouTube sphere, live stream wise. I don't keep up with everybody that might have something scheduled, but there's a lot of people I'm getting to know here recently that have been doing streaming a lot longer than me, and they've already got established. I mean, maybe some channels are bigger, some channels are smaller, but they've done it more or have like at least a pretty good stream every time they go on. They got, a good amount of people show up and be active and stuff. And that's it's a pretty cool feeling. The other day we had a pretty good, I think we had a pretty good stream the other day when Ben and Destruct came on. Mm. Mm. But I have done some. To some people, it might not seem like, but I've kept to my routine. I made my Jesus Calling video this morning. Went live for a brief moment on X this morning, and then I did some writing, or I did writing before I did the X live, I believe. I had taken this new notebook that I bought specifically for the hero and dog stories, and so I got the the first few pages is I'm leaving blank, but the very first page is just where I'm writing down all the certain character names and things that I do have already. And then I'm leaving enough space in between that. And then the next spot, I start with locations. Then I'm going to leave a few pages blank there to add to it. And then I'm starting next after those blank pages with a scene that I'm working on to try to develop for the Hero and Dog story. But it's a scene, I'm considering it like if you think of it as a comic or a movie, then it would be like a scene. I've never wrote a script, but I know that this is something. And so I'm just going to try to get as much of that done and then move on to some other ideas I have, which I have a few other things that I have written here for a couple other scenes and stuff. Like this right here has to go into the notebook, and I'll be working on that either later this afternoon or tomorrow. And that particular is a separate scene or whatever involving Hero's mother and father and how they get visited in the middle of the night. And are told about they're going to have a son and all that. So I do have, of course, some of that is things I've had for a while, but what I've done is taken it from the old rough papers, transcribed it this past week. Then I bought a new notebook. I took those pages out and I've been transferring it into the new notebook. But along as I'm doing it, I'm adding details and taking away. I'm reading what I've got and like I'm either adding to it or taking away from it. Like I'm tweaking what I've already written down story-wise. And so I'm coming out with a little more material than I already had. So that's fun. It's a work in progress. And now I like the way I'm doing it. If I just do little bits at a time like that, and then slowly over a period of several rewrites, get it to what I would consider like a real rough first draft of something. And that's what I'm working on. Trying to get a few certain scenes maybe written out, and then I can maybe see about working it into a full-on script and everything. I guess the idea would be to do some of what I'm working on would probably maybe work well in as a floppy if I was doing it in a comic rather than a full-on graphic novel, but like say maybe a 20-something page floppy. And you got a little bit, it's just a certain segment out of the entire huge, rich story that I'm building, but I could get started that way. That was some advice somebody did give me. And I'm sorry if I'm boring whoever's watching or not. I don't know if I am, but I'm just talking. You showed up, and I appreciate you being here. Let me put this plate up. Get out of the way, guys. Always up my butt. Get out of my way. Okay, y'all need some more water, don't you? Oh, goodness. Yep. I think I will make the mushrooms for a while. Okay, let's see here. Give them some water. Put some water down, buddy. Need some water. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead and eat. You leave it alone. You done ate. Get tired of that, buddy. You ain't gonna bully my dogs. Leave her alone. I'm telling you, better leave her alone. She's the queen bee here. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Let's see what else can we do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for a minute. And we've been going about 10 minutes. I figure, if we get a 45 minutes or an hour in here, even if it's just me by myself and a few people watching, that's fine with me. Nobody has to be on here with me, like I don't have to do, but I do have the link shared on X, but I didn't directly ask anybody to come. Like if they hit it and come on, it'll be fine. If they don't, it's fine too. Okay. And I'm trying to think what else I'm doing here. I've been so I haven't drawn anything in a few days. Hold on. She must need something else. Oh, y'all big old babies. You big old babies, ain't you? You're just a big old baby. She's a big old baby. Eat it all up. Like a big old baby. What are you doing? You trying to lick it, man? There's something on there. Dog food. What it looks like. What it looks like. I think she's licking on something I put in there earlier that's leftover. That's what she's doing. Okay. Let me see. What am I doing? Oh, I could have streamed this over to X also, but I didn't. Because it's kind of, the other day when we were streaming it to X, I don't think anybody was really paying attention to it on X. Because Self-Destruct went over there on X and through his account made a comment so that we could see what it looked like over here. So if somebody was to come in from X in the chat, we would have known. But everybody else that was in the chat was coming in from YouTube, and that was fine. So really, I want to distinguish between the two. When I'm on YouTube, I want it to be kind of different. When I go strictly with X, I haven't, I'm thinking a lot of times I'm just going straight through the app on X. But what I might do is do a restream just for X and share a link where some of the people and creators on X can come over and join me on my stream that morning or whenever I am deciding that I just want to go live there. I think it is important to build a little bit. I try to do little short videos from here and there on my timeline there that don't show up on my channel here sometimes. And I do live streams over there straight from the app where I can be a little more free about what I'm doing. And also what I like is if I have my other device turned on and connected to my hotspot, I can pull up music and listen to it in the background and it don't get taken down. Like you can be listening to the radio and it's not a big deal. I know on YouTube it can be like an issue. So so cheers. Let's see here. Give me a second. We'll do Okay. I was just wondering if I need to share this stream again, but I don't know. We're still, like I said, it is Friday. There's going to be other people doing streams, but I thought I didn't go live on my channel yesterday, and there might be a few of you guys that are subscribers that are enjoying these streams. So at least I can do, not just for that, but because I enjoy this, it's a way for me to reach out to the world, for you guys to reach out and let us know how you're doing in the chat, stuff like that. And then if somebody wanted to come on, they can, for a little while. Like I said, I'm at least probably here for another 30 to 45 minutes, which 45 more minutes will make it an hour. 30 more minutes will be 45 minutes. I'm not really worried about timing other than as long as it's flowing, and it feels to be flowing still. So that's the key to it. And if anybody is curious, I'm about halfway through this Godfo Universe Volume 1, Apollon 20XX. Very, very enriching story, like set in somewhere in the future, ambiguous in that nature. That's why I didn't know this, but 20XX means somewhere between a certain year and the next millennium or whatever, like within 100. It's like if you're wanting to set something in that timeline but not give it a specific date on the timeline, I guess you kind of figure it out on your own, where maybe they are in the future and stuff. But very interesting story, very well written. I believe that, my opinion is just my opinion. I'm not a critic of anything other than I can tell you if I like something or not. And halfway through this, I'm definitely still into it. It's definitely digging it. The art is fantastic, I believe. Of course, a professional or someone that does more with comics and is an artist might see where there might be some different things that could be done. And even the artist themselves probably sees after the fact, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. I'm sure that's the case with anybody creating something. I've created music before, I've created art before, I write. I don't have anything really published, but I'm a writer. I wrote all my life. There's a few poems and stuff out there. Y'all chime in anytime if there's somebody really there, and if you have anything to say. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to acknowledge. But I'm excited just to be alive, guys. I think that's a good feeling, just to be alive. Uh, sometimes it's rare to be able to say. I mean, there's times in my life I've not been able to say that. So, and it's Friday evening. Don't know what I might get to. I'm hoping to stay up a little longer tonight. I have been going to bed pretty early, fairly early. That's why Wednesday, when I went on, I got on the stream with Dr. Ben and them on his channel. But after a little while, I just was, I'd already streamed on my channel for a while with them, went over there, and then I was just I stayed in their chat after a while, up to about 8 o'clock, and then I called it a night. But I just didn't have the energy to keep on going on another stream for a little while. And hell, I mean, I guess that's okay. But I need to be more active, and I have been in my days, whether it be physically active or mentally active. I've been doing a lot of that with the reading, the writing, even though I haven't drawn or sketched in a couple of days. Even doing that, just staying on point, trying to keep slowly but surely a little bit more every day. I'm cleaning and organizing. I'm getting the place looking a little bit better, doing more on the creative side of my life, and it feels good. So can't complain. And Trying to think what okay, I'm enough of that for a minute, and then I'm probably about. Oh, I haven't took the videos down yet. I was thinking about doing that just a little bit ago before I went live. So if I do, I'm gonna try to figure out when I'm gonna do. I gotta try to take them down at least between now and Sunday. And once I do, then I need to see. I think there's only 3 people's names that I have. I gotta look again. I'm gonna just check the videos and stuff, and then I don't know if I have where I wrote it down, but I just look at the comments on both videos and see what I can find. And but what I'm thinking is maybe do a live stream this coming up week, like next week. Like I take the videos down this weekend, whether it's today, this after I get done with this, or tomorrow or Sunday or whatever, and I take them down. But then say between Wednesday and Friday, do a stream where I've got the names that I've got written down, but we could do a stream where, well, I don't know if that's fair or not. Well, anyway, I thought about doing the stream where in the stream, if anybody wanted to put their name in the pot, I can write it down because all I'm going to probably do is write down on a piece of paper, fold it up, and then I take a hat and throw it in there and pick a name. It's not going to be that big of a deal, especially if there's only 3 or 4 people anyway. Uh, no reason to use an app and do a random, like whatever. Just do it the original old way. I like doing things that way, simple to the point. But I'm gonna figure it out because it's time to get rid of the book, and hopefully somebody gets it. We'll get the connection made, and then I'll try to get it out to them after we know exactly who's doing it. Who gets it? I mean, I got a package I need to make up for another person, a late birthday gift I've got for them. So I'm trying to get my mind to. I was meaning to do that earlier today, but I think I'll get to it tomorrow. But okay, guys, it's 4:30 almost. I haven't been on as long as I anticipated. Uh, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like I'm almost thinking I'm done being on here for a little while. I mean, I can. It is my channel. I can end it. I can come back on later. I mean, who knows? But what I probably end up doing this evening, here in a few hours, is probably relaxing, laying down, stretching my back out. I've been up all day. I haven't laid back down today or took a nap or anything. Uh, I've got a few more things I want to probably do, whether that be more writing or more reading or a little bit of both. But there's some cleaning stuff I can still do too, like a little bit of more sweeping. Just life in general, And but I was thinking of a little later being laying down and probably just on YouTube looking at other people's streaming. Sometimes I'll bounce between several channels. Like let's say here recently Ruby King stream or whatever, and Cynic will be on. I try to watch them a little bit when I know they're going on, and it seems to be every day. I don't watch the entire thing, but I do try to watch it. And if I think about it, I try to say something in their chat and support it. Uh, but if somebody I've followed for a while, let's see, sometimes, Road Warrior Drake dude, like I catch some of his streams, Al Aslamat or whatever. I like to drop in on him. No matter what you think of him, I think he's a pretty cool dude. I have no problem with him. Who else? Of course, here recently, Dr. Ben. I'm trying to keep up with them guys a little bit. Just anybody I see streaming a lot. Boss Foston, like when I catch him, he might not know I'm watching, but I do watch some of his streams pretty regular. At least even for 15 or 20 minutes, I'll be watching. He's an interesting dude. I really like how he does what he's talking about a lot of times. Trying to think man, there's a lot of people I've been discovering lately and catching more. Like I find myself being really into watching people's. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing? You came in a while back and asked something, and I think I answered, but I was thinking you might have done not. It was like in a few weeks ago. I remember you asking something in a chat, and I think I answered or maybe saw it a little late. And I was thinking after I answered your question or whatever, you might have not been there at the time. But anyway, how are you doing today? Thanks for hitting the like. So I was kind of just going on a little bit about what I might be doing later today. And I was talking about, of course, I don't really have any set plans ever a lot of times, except on paydays and if I have an appointment with a doctor or something. But most of my days are pretty open. That's why I like my streams a lot of times are random. But today I didn't do one on YouTube yesterday, so I decided I needed to do something at least. I try to, since I've been giving it a lot of attention, I'm trying to make sure I pay attention to it. Like it is somewhat of a responsibility, even if it's not something that it doesn't have to be something that's making me money. It's something I enjoy doing. I think for me, anything creative that I can do, if it can generate any kind of income at some point, it would I would not consider it being something I make a living off of, but something you make enough money at it to afford to put back into the creative effort to make even more creative stuff. Like if I was making music, that's what I would do. Make music, put it out. If there's a way to make money off of it and whatever little money it generates, put it back into maybe getting a better equipment or whatever I'm using. Same with, anything I might create artistically, whether that be writing, musically, or visual. So, but I've never been into it like because I want to make money. Like I find I just write. I like to write. I want to do something that I put out, and yet, it would you'd have to charge something because it's a product, but I don't think of it that way. And when I play music, for me, it's about the message, just like the channel here. And y'all stop me any moment if I'm rambling on too much. I'm trying to make a little sense here. But for the channel, like Great Cloudy Day, I do have a somewhat of a vision of how it, from where I started to where I'm at now. I see kind of what course I've chose to take with this channel and where it's going and where it can go. And I've known that for a long time. This, just like with the second channel, at some point we will have more activity over there. It's just I'm not trying to force that. Like I'm trying to do the same as I did with this channel. Most of this channel's growth has been completely organic. I didn't ever forcefully. The only thing I've done is just share it to whatever social media I'm on, and then get to know some other creators and stuff like that. So And over the period of a few years, there's been a group of people that consistently watch videos or join in at live stream. It's kind of like 50-50. Some people, the live streaming, sometimes there's a lot of people that just watch me when I'm streaming. And then there's a portion of the people watching me streaming that also are pretty active with the videos. So I'm boring you guys, not trying to. So I was saying, I will probably take the videos down here soon for that book that I had, the 2 giveaway video that I have there. You can go and comment on. I think I'm gonna take them down between now and Sunday, and then try to figure out this coming up week when to, because there's only like 3 people, I think, maybe 4 that have entered. So just got to figure out. Hey, Mike, what's up, man? Oh, glad you called it for a minute. I'm just chilling, really. I didn't do a live stream yesterday, and so I was explaining a minute ago that I just kind of came on. Well, you can see that I titled just a Friday hangout for a little while. I don't have a clue how long I'll be on here, but I feel like I've gotten quite a bit done today, and I'm reading about halfway through this volume 1. It's in the thing called the Godfo universe. It's a pretty good graphic novel series that I'm just, independent creator, like you are an independent musician, but an independent artist and writer have created this world and universe. So I'm digging that. Still, you're about to work. Yeah, I'm just gonna be live for a minute, but like I said, I'm getting close to the end of the Master Speaks, and then I have another book that I'm in the middle of. If you're anything like me, man, I'll have like several things. Some things that are recreational reading, and like, because when I think of recreational reading, I'm thinking about stuff like the graphic novel. Even though this is a serious story and take on humanity's future, it's still like entertainment. So it's like recreational to me. But stuff like the Master Speaks or the 4 Agreements, Fifth Agreement, Jesus Calling devotional, stuff like that's more that's study stuff. Yeah, that's like things to make my brain stir. So, but I do enjoy it when I have recreational reading that is dealing like the story, like if it's something reading and it's recreational, but the story, even if it's fictional, if it's got like a deep message, that's really intense too. I really like that. Now, of course, there's some that you read that's just fun. Okay, yeah, 3 books, yeah. So you see what I'm and like this ain't like a matter of fact, I've got to start a 4th volume on another graphic novel. I'm rereading called Gorillas, and it's a really intense story. So, but it's my 2nd time reading through those volumes, and I'm ready to start the 4th volume. But since I just purchased these this past week on this Godfo universe, I'm really digging it. And so I'm just kind of sharing that I'm having a good day, and I've had some good string of days. We had a few people watching a minute ago, but I don't know if there's a connection problem or something, but it doesn't really matter. And I can do this here. Yeah. And Mike, I got to find a time that I didn't think about it while I was doing all these orders I just did with some books and some other comics and stuff. But I like to find, I didn't spend a lot of money. You can go to eBay. Like I find out about a lot of stuff. I don't know about you, but I find out a lot about a lot of stuff after the fact, things that have been printed for, well, just like Joe Goldsmith. And, with the internet, I can find old used copies, and I like to have real copies. But I found that I could find some pretty interesting stuff for really cheap and stuff, and sometimes free shipping through eBay. Like some different, like pretty cool, like stores that carry nice, like some used books or comics. That's kind of fun sometimes. I'd rather be spending, when I've spent a little money like that, I enjoy spending it on something more like that than things that I've spent it on. Uh, Sometimes that aren't all that good for me. Like when I'm having trouble with drinking or something, which I've done pretty good for several weeks again. Like haven't like uh, had a drop or whatever. That's my main demon that I've struggled with. Anyway, yeah, it's like I just have to be like plus also I did like I've ordered some small little orders that there's this one like and because I've taken care of a lot of things that I needed to take care of and I'm still not broke. So I've been able to get a few things I needed still just online, and then some things some people might not think I need, but like for instance, I ordered some sage. I haven't had any sage to burn in a while. I like to burn sage and do a little bit of a cleansing. Uh, I figure that's probably not strange to you at all. And then also I ordered some a bulk rate for like $10. I ordered some quartz points, and it's smoky quartz and a clear, uh, stones. But anyway, and those things to me are like things that I use. I like that's just part of some things that I utilize. Some people would tell you maybe not, but I know you understand. Anyway, I appreciate y'all being here for a minute. Like you're about to work out, huh? I've got to start being more active. I did a lot of walking at one point, but I like this time I just went through somewhere like on eBay. I found I believe it's 6 sticks for like $11 and something, and it was free shipping. I can't remember the name, but a lot of times before that, there used to be a cool place that I found them through Amazon, but you know how Amazon's like a drop shipping place. They were a really cool place that I got it from pretty regular there from somewhere out west. It came with a little purple booklet, and anyway, and I like to order it because you can find it better. Like if you go to a shop that carries it, usually it's going to cost you a little more. You can find like different places. Uh, it's just like when I order gum incense, I like to order like a good bag of like frankincense or myrrh together, like whether it's together or mint or a bag of each. And then like you can find a bulk charcoal box. It's just I didn't do that this time. I'm gonna probably do that next time because I like to burn the real gum incense also. A friend of mine showed me like he was a 90 something percent Cherokee. He was actually a chief in the nation he was from North Carolina, but one time I was talking about needing some sage, and he took me to a grocery store, and some grocery stores carry sage, and he was like, you can just go there. Like if you got a grocery store that carries sage, you can get it and then dry it out in the oven. Well, yeah, you know, uh, I mean, okay, if you've never done it, I know that you know what I'm talking about, though. Like the spiritual context of like the Native Americans and the different cultures have used sage for hundreds and hundreds of years. Uh, you know, uh, all I know is I don't see nothing wrong with burning sage. And when you're doing it to me, it's like I'm doing a blessing. It's kind of like well, burning frankincense and myrrh, same difference. But it's to help build up for it helps to cleanse the area. You know, a lot of people yeah, you understand. So there's certain things that I've learned over my life that worked pretty well for me as daily routines. That's just here lately. I haven't had any sage, and I'm out of the incense stuff, and so I ordered some sage this past week, and then I've recently not been able to find a bunch of stones I used to have, so I found that little place I could get the sage and those crystals, the quartz crystals and smoky quartz, like but I think it's a half pound or something. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, well, because like, and it's the same with if you say mystic around the wrong person. If you say Christian mystic, like bless his soul, but I know. Did you ever see Truth Seeker being interviewed by that one dude? What's his name? And the guy grilled him, and Seeker did all right, but I thought, like, I think he could probably do better in an interview now with people coming at him like he was. He was like, the guy kept like wanting to like go there, like, well, what do you mean by Christian mystic, and all this other stuff? And it was like, he wasn't thinking he was coming on like for that. So I could, anyway, I don't mean to, people sometimes, and then that's fine because not everybody is, everybody's raised differently. Some people only can see it from one narrow viewpoint. So you have to kind of learn as you grow, or for me, I had to. I can only speak for myself. It's not like I just magically one day was able to mingle with a lot of different people from a lot of different cultures just instantly, but just through the course of my life and being open-minded. I've done my own research. I've been around people of other religions and culture, and I've learned that it's okay that we might not all see it the same way. I don't personally think it's my job to, try to change anybody's mind, Like, in other words, it's not like, it's like, because a lot of times if you're, oh, okay, you used to think that way. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was taught, I mean, uh, yeah, we're taught that. Like if you're from a traditional background or you are traditionally, like if you so-called traditional Christianity type thing, let's say modern day, whatever you've been taught, if you're coming from that angle, a lot of times most of us are taught that it's, uh, but if you really, like, you already know, if you do enough of your own, I only speak of it from experience, like through certain things, I've found they work and there's nothing wrong with it. And if it was wrong, because I've had some personal straight on attacks from other people that know how to use some of that stuff in the wrong way. And so over my life, I've learned why I needed to know some things. I'm just being honest. And, I was led, but I was led to learn this stuff through letting the spirit show me. It's not all about Great Cloud was just drugged out and all this. Along the way, I did a lot of stuff, but that's not how I came to these conclusions. I had a lot of this stuff in my head before I ever did any substance. Like I didn't have to have substances to come to the understanding of God and knowing that there was something and that I had some reason for being here. I might not have known yet, but then through certain self-discovery, I've come to know where I'm at now. And, over the past few years, I've come more back to my traditional setting of
That's why you hear me talk about going to church pretty regular. Like, I don't think anybody has to go to a building called church. You don't have to belong to a so-called church. But for me to make it an appearance there pretty regularly, it gives me a new energized feeling when I do go, even if it's just once a week, every few weeks, or whatever. I can tell a difference and I enjoy it. The same with when I do these live streams, and even if it's just one person interacting with me, such as yourself, but we're talking about some deep shit, um, that tickles me. It's like we're having church right now. So, okay, you have a good one, man. And I'm about to get off here. I've been about 45 minutes. Hey, I'll let you know when that arrives, whatever it is. Oh, wait, Peyton Dardine. Okay, hey, Peyton. Okay, Mike's about to go. And anyway, have a good evening, Mike. I probably won't be on much longer, but since Peyton just showed up, I'll stay on for a few more minutes just to see what's up. How you doing today? I've kind of just been sharing a little bit about just how life's pretty good. Let's see, we can do this. And then I don't know what that's about, but I appreciate it anyway. Yeah, see you, Mike. You have a good one. Ditto. Much love. Oh. And let's see. But yeah, Peyton, I was just sharing with, well, Mike was here, and then there was a couple other people in and out. Well, there was one person in the chat earlier. She might not be there anymore, but Mike came in for a little bit. He has to go work out. And then, so I just kind of was discussing different things I've done today and how my past week or two has been pretty good. And, if you've been here before and seen me when I'm by myself, how it usually goes. Just kind of like, for a minute, I was kind of here just doing whatever. There was one person watching, but they weren't saying anything in the chat, and I don't know who it was, but they watched pretty much from the beginning. And then, of course, somebody else, I can't remember her name, but then Mike showed up. It was okay, maybe she left. Oh no, Tiffany was here earlier. Okay. Anyway, and now you're here there for a second. And it's Friday evening. I hope y'all, whoever's still watching, Peyton or anybody, that you're doing good today. I'm trying to figure out what my next move is when I end this, because it is Friday. I was talking about this earlier that what I might do is, once I end this, is there's a few things I might do around here to wrap up, just making sure I got things kind of to a point before I do call it a day. But I was figuring here in an hour or two, I might find a couple of live streams to be watching. I was mentioning that. Sometimes I'll be in somebody's chat. Like, I'll bounce from channel to channel. Like, if someone's doing really long streams, like say they start at 6 or 7, 8 o'clock tonight, and they're going to be streaming for 2, 3, 4 hours, depending on when each one started and how interesting they are. Like, just to support different channels that I know and communicate with and stuff. I like to go around and make the rounds and stay in and watch a little bit of each one and see who's in the chats. Some of them are so big going on. There's so many people in the chat sometimes. No point in even saying anything because it's like going by so fast. But pretty cool. I enjoy that. So, and who knows? I mean, I could find myself deciding I'm going to do a stream later, but I haven't really figured it out yet. I don't sense it. I have plans for maybe doing something tomorrow. Now, if somebody was to ask me to come on tonight or something, to anybody want, like if somebody goes live and they happen to be just doing a random stream that they just want to see if anybody wants to come on, I might go and do something like that. But for a little while, I don't ever know how long. A lot of times I get nervous after a little while on being someone else's show. And I'm sorry if I'm boring you, not trying to. See if I can get a hit real quick. Blessings there. I'm going to end it, I guess. I'm going to end it. I think I had a pretty good stream here. It was just about just touching base with you guys and seeing how you're doing. A couple of you came in. I was glad to talk to Mike. Peyton, glad that you showed up. And Tiffany, and then whoever else was watching. There was one or two other people watched that didn't say anything. So, as always, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all make it worth coming here and doing my videos and just going live. I appreciate it. Look for me to be live probably sometime tomorrow during the day. Possibly might be streaming with a couple of people or one person in particular. It depends. We're going to talk about it. They'll let me know. It might be later in the day, but if we stream, we're talking about watching like a little conspiracy type video and having commentary over it, as we watch it. We can watch it he can pull it up from his computer and we can do it. You guys can be there to watch it as we watch it and stuff. So, and comment in the comments. Now, I don't know when for sure when he gets in touch with me and we know we'll figure it out if it's tomorrow or Sunday that we want to do it. And I'm going to try to give an advance notice. So that'd be kind of fun. That'll be the first time I've done something like that on this channel for myself, for my own channel, live streaming. It's usually just me doing random stuff like this and then people coming on and we're just talking. So until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. I hope y'all